Hi, everybody. Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome in today. So, today I want to talk a little bit about a question I get a lot. How do you make your little mini bolts? How can I make some too? So, great question. And I thought today I would take some time and go over exactly what I do to make these little guys. So, switch to overhead. There's a couple of different things that you can do. You can save up your boxes that you get. Everybody gets Amazon boxes, and sometimes we get these very large Amazon boxes. Those are the best ones to use. Or you can also order on Amazon corrugated cardboard in 12 by 12 inch squares. And I will put a link down below that will show you where you can get the corrugated cardboard on Amazon. That's the easiest way that I know how to get it. Otherwise, you're going to have to be looking for specific size boxes. The smaller boxes you really can't use. And the reason why is because you'd have to piece it together and it wouldn't be very stable. So typically when we buy fabric by the yard off of the bolt, okay, it comes typically in 42 to 44 inch width of fabric. And when it comes off the bolt like this, it is folded in half, of course, right? Selvage to selvage. Well, what I do when I put these things together is I take this yardage and I fold it in half yet again. Okay, and I make sure everything is nice and square when I do. Okay, and then now if this is 44-inch wide fabric, I have 11 inches here. This is right at 11 inches, a little bit over, by an eighth of an inch it's over. Okay, so I know that a 12-inch piece will be big enough. So this is what I do. If I find that I get a big enough box through the mail that is a minimum of 12 inches, I liked a little bit more, then what I would do is I will cut using my 12.5-inch squaring tool here. I will cut me a piece that is exactly 12 by 12. Okay? Once that is done, I take my 5-inch ruler or my 6-inch ruler. It doesn't really matter. I can definitely, if you guys don't have a 5-inch ruler, I get it. Take your 6-inch ruler. It could be the short one, it could be the long one, whatever you want to do. And you're just going to lay this on here in the same direction that the corrugations are going. So, cardboard. You see there's holes here, okay? And then you can see the lines where those holes in the direction that those holes are going. That's the corrugation. So I want you to take your ruler and I want you to lay this on here with the corrugation. And then I want you to just put some pressure on this ruler, and I want you to take and bend this over. Okay? And then once that one is bent real nice, you're going to take this side and you're going to bend this side over. Now sometimes it doesn't want to go exactly with this ruler, and if that's the case, so be it. I'll let it go where it wants to go. Put some good pressure on that. Okay? So what that does is it's going to make it so that these two meet right in the middle here. Okay? There is no overlap in this, and that is perfectly fine. All right? So you can definitely leave it like this. Okay? Not a problem. Or you can tape it if you want to. You can tape this so that it's one big piece. All right. Now the reason why I do this instead of cutting it in half and using two pieces is this cardboard, I want it to be nice and strong. I mean, I don't want this to bend and flex. And sometimes if you just take, a top or something and it's just one layer, it's pretty bendy. It can bend real easy, really fast. So that's why I like to do it the way I do it. Double it up. It makes it super strong. And some of these cardboards I have here are more than 10 years old and they're still going strong. So it's just really nice. Also too, I want to use cardboard that is at least 1/8 of an inch thick, so that when this is doubled over now, this is 1/4 of an inch thicker or more. Okay? So that's what I do to make my cardboards. Same thing with the stuff that I get on Amazon. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and use my 5-inch ruler here. I love this 5-inch ruler. This 5-inch ruler is amazing. I love it. Good old Missouri Star Quilt Company, thinking of everything. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to gently bring this over. And then again, putting a lot of pressure on this ruler. Pick this up, run my hand down here, and bring this over. What this does with the 5-inch ruler is it gives me a little bit of overlap, and that is just fine. That is absolutely just fine. Okay, give it a good press. Okay, like that. Now, when I'm done pressing them, I will literally make a bunch of them and then keep them rubber banded together, and it kind of helps it memorize where it's supposed to be folded, and they're ready to go anytime I need them. Once I'm ready to use them, this is what I do. So I will take my fabric. Okay, I will make sure that this is nice and square. Okay, I want to make sure that how I fold these up, they are nice and square, so I can literally cut right off of this mini bolt. I don't have to take it and iron it out. I don't have to do anything. I want to make sure this is nice and square. Okay. If you have any problems with getting this square, I'll show you some tricks. Switch to front. So this is our fabric here. Okay, comes off the bolt. Typically comes folded in half. All right. So what you're going to want to do when you get this home is you're going to want to iron this. And then once it's ironed, you're going to grab this. See how I have my finger in between the two layers on both sides? You're going to grab this and you're going to move this back and forth and watch how this fabric is laying. So like, see how I tweak it like this? Can you see that big line, that big fold that goes across there? That means that it's not square. It's not hanging squarely. Okay? If I move it over now, you can see that it's hanging real nice. And my selvage edges are lined up real nice. I'm going to take that, switch to overhead. I'm going to set it down, and then I'm going to bring the selvage to the edge here, and then make sure that this is nice and flat. There is no bunching, there's no silliness going on. It's nice and flat. I'm also going to lay this down on my table on a line. I'm going to use this folded edge first. I'm going to line that up on a line on my mat. Okay. And then I'm going to look with a ruler. I am going to line up this fold of my fabric with the line on my ruler, and then look at a line on my mat, and I'm just going to notice this is 3/4 of an inch away, 3/4 of an inch away, 3/4, and 3/4. So this line is also straight. That's super important because when I go to cut these, I want to make sure that I'm not going to be doing anything weird there. Okay? So I'm basically just going to take my mini bolt. I'm going to just set it right down here in the center of this fabric. And this is why I like to use my 5-inch ruler, is because I can basically lift this flap up and I can use this to kind of hang on to that fabric as I push it this way, make sure everything is nice and lined up and nice and straight and tight. And then I just gently, I don't put a lot of pressure here because you can manipulate this kind of in the wrong way if you're not careful. But I'm going to go ahead and roll this up. Okay. And then what I like to do is I have my pins, my straight pins that I use for my piecing is here, but I also have another set of straight pins that's got this white pearl head on it. They're a little bit shorter and I like using these for my mini bolts. So what I'll do here is I will just extremely angled put these one side here on the and on the other, and I just feel underneath to make sure that those pins did not go all the way through because you don't want to hurt yourself. Okay, and it's fine and it is ready to go on my bookshelf. So I literally keep all of my mini bolts in a bookshelf that I got at a garage sale, and I stack them up like books. So they're literally like this. The whole shelf is full of these little mini bolts, and it's ready to use anytime I like. Switch to front. So I hope this was helpful on mini bolts. What can I do to keep my sewing room clean? Um, this is definitely one of them, and it's ready to use. A lot of times when you buy your fabric, you just fold it up. It comes folded, they fold it however they want to fold it in this fabric store. And then you throw it in a big drawer and then it's just a wrinkled mess. Well, this is a way to make sure that it's not a wrinkled mess and you can go and use it anytime you want and it's ready to go. Hope this is helpful. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope if you like this video, please consider hitting that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss a single step in the next episode. Hope you guys are well, be blessed, and we'll see you again soon.